I mean, I think you really go through it at Ponderosa. I had like 10 days there, and so I kind of came to terms with it there. But I'm so confident in the game I played. I think that I was playing strategically and kind of knew what was going on at all points until that MC vote. We had a seven-person alliance. Like, we had the numbers, and Rizzo ultimately was intimidated by the position that I was in, and I think he was the only one who saw that, and so he just had to work to try and change things against me. I mean, who knew being friends with basically everyone out there could be a crime? So people said I was messy. People said I had a messy gameplay, and messy gameplay was just because I had personal relationships with everyone, and they didn't know if they could trust me. So it's like if I went from talking to Rizzo personally in the morning and then went to Christina, people are like, "Oh, he's strategizing." That wasn't messy. It's just because people liked me and wanted to talk to me, and so Rizzo saw that as a way to kind of just build the case against me. It's like, yeah, I would tell Rizzo like, oh yeah, Sophie Segretti, she's a challenge beast, and oh, we might be frustrated with something she said or did, and so that was kind of the ammo he needed to kind of turn things against me. I mean, I think Savannah was always the target. Why would she not be the target? She was winning. She won the last immunity challenge, and she was kind of this player. Like, I recognized the players in the game. I knew Rizzo and I knew Savannah were strategic, and I knew that they would be people who kind of wouldn't just be swayed easily. And I thought everyone else saw that. And I'd like to think they did, but there's no way of knowing. Like, they ultimately chose to get me out instead of Rizzo at this point. And so I'd like to think Savannah was the target, and she was definitely someone I would have loved to split the votes between Savannah and Rizzo, but that's not what the others did in that moment. Because of Savannah's win, but also we still could have split the votes on Rizzo. Yeah, I mean, I think that if it weren't for Rizzo, I would still been able to play the same game where everyone is kind of pointing fingers at each other. I think people would have wanted to get a Rizzo, a Savannah, a Sophie out, but then I think people are also looking to someone like Steven and Juwan and Sage, where people didn't really have the best feelings about the other side. And so I was kind of going to be that person to flip back and forth. And yes, I didn't have the close personal group, but I think people liked me enough where they would have wanted to still incorporate them, even if I burned them earlier. I think, I don't know, I think with me, it was different than a Juwan and Sage, who were kind of seen as this duo, because I was a lone wolf. And so, yes, I had these relationships, but people would have still wanted to work with me and include me because they needed another vote. And so in the ideal final three, I had a close personal relationship with like Christina, and strategically, I think it would have been best for me to bring her. I mean, she would have used the idol on me if I had asked. I think that someone like a Juwan and Sage, just because they had such a different gameplay and like didn't really have to play the game, and I could have made the case of playing since day one, literally in the game, that would have carried me further. In this episode, I mean, I think I was just making the case to Juwan, Sage, and Sophie Segretti that why are we not getting Rizzo out? Rizzo is not going to play his idol. We all know this. He didn't do it the last two times. And so he's trying to get greedy. And so why would we not go for him? And I think for some reason, people just wanted to be liked by Rizzo and Savannah. It's like, I saw them as competitors, but other people saw them as like wanting to cater to them. And I mean, that's why Rizzo wanted me out, because he knew that I was kind of this person that was going to impede on him going further in the game, because I wasn't just going to let him get away with stuff. I mean, there was that argument of, the devil you know versus the devil you don't know. I mean, to me, honestly, that was kind of BS. I think that it was just people not wanting to upset him or potentially get blowback from Savannah and Soph. I think people were just scared of that, their power. They like I said, they were players, and other people might not have been as strategic. I mean, the other thing Rizzo, I mean, he'd say it himself, was awful at challenges. And so I think people were kind of like, oh, well, we could always get him next week. But like the thing is, he's just going to keep moving along with that idol. And so why would we not get him if he clearly, if there was a chance for him to go and get that idol out of play? I mean, I think they wanted to be liked by them. I think that basically Rizzo and Savannah were tough. They were people who, when you had a conversation with them, they weren't very easygoing. They weren't, they would try and dictate things. And I think people wanted to fall in line. Like, nobody really wanted to put their neck on the line. And it's like, if any of us want to make it further, we have to get them out. We have the numbers. We have a 7-person alliance. And as soon as MC didn't come back, I knew, okay, well, Juwan, Sage, and Sophie are clearly scared. And so that's kind of where the trouble was. And so basically with Rizzo in their ears, I knew that was a problem because he was somehow working this magic on them and that I wasn't falling for. I mean, we see Soph vote against me, and we had the whole relationship, and I think she was doing a good job. I know she mentioned last night that she was in a way playing the middle game. She was still having conversations with like Juwan and in his ear. So I think that trio is doing exactly what they needed to do and did exactly what they needed to do to get me out because I saw what they were doing. I wanted to play. I wanted to go in there and play. And that was the messiness of my game, was having relationships with everyone. But that's it's my work. It's who I am in real life. I just try to build connections with anyone I can.